This was a demonstration of my gantry Quarry miner. If you'd like to build this for yourself, please keep watching. To begin, here is all of the resources that you'll need for this build, as well as 2 blocks that we will be using for the redstone link frequencies. If you need a list of all the materials, you can consult this book. The first thing you'll need to do is build a 5x5 hollow cube. After that, you'll be breaking these 2 bottom rows here. You'll then place the blocks on the top, like so. After that, take your rotation speed controller and set it right here underneath the very middle block. Go ahead and break that block and set down your large cogwheel. Take your shafts, place one to the right and one underneath. Then take your encased chain drives and put one here and here. You'll be mirroring that on this left side too. However, you will also be adding one more at the very bottom. Go ahead and place down your clutch on the right side and the gear shift on the left. Then you can put down your andesite casings over the shafts and place the last one down right there. Finally, take your 2 gantry shafts and set them up right here. Any extra gantry shafts will be used later on. Now we're setting up our controls. You can take your redstone links and set them in between these 2 top blocks here. Place one more in the corner. Then you'll be taking your powered toggle latch and setting it down right there. Now your powered latch, you'll be setting right there. After your powered toggle latch, you'll be placing down the pulse repeater, followed by the pulse extender. At this time, we can go ahead and set the timers for these. I recommend using 2 seconds and 7 ticks to start off. Along with that, set your speed controller here to 96. Go ahead and place down your 7 redstone. That way it's connecting to both of these blocks and connecting from the extender to your powered latch. Set your redstone torches on these 2, and then your levers, like so. Finally, you can set up your signs. Let's take a second to talk about the levers. Before you begin your mining, you'll want to make sure that the powered toggle latch is set to the on position, and you want to make sure the powered latch is set to the off position. These 3 levers here in the middle. The clutch is going to control whether the machine is on or off. The gear shift will generally control whether or not the machine goes up or down, and the gantry shaft will control whether it goes forward or backward. However, to make it go backward, you will most often need to make sure the gear shaft is off. To begin the drill, take a gantry carriage and set it on the first gantry shaft. Rope pulley will go right underneath it, with encased chain drives to deliver the power. Then on the other side, go ahead and set up your deployer so that it's facing upwards. Make sure it's in the use mode, which should be the default placement. Hopper right next to the deployer, and go ahead and drop in your remaining gantry shafts. They'll be automatically fed into the deployer so that when the deployer, along with the rest of the machine, moves forward, the deployer will automatically place the next gantry shaft for the quarry. Setting up the arm of the drill. Take your linear chassis and do 3 vertical, followed by 15 horizontal. Then go ahead and set up your chests and your mechanical drills. Finally, take your observer and set it so that the arrow is facing up. You should see the redstone dot at the top. Your last redstone link will go right on top of it. Now we glue it all together. Our last step is to configure the redstone links. You're free to use whatever block you like. I'm going to choose cobblestone and stone. So starting with the gear shift, we will place a cobblestone on the opposite side of this redstone torch here. And then on the gantry shaft, we'll be placing it on the same side. The clutch is going to be 2 smooth stone. And then this redstone link over here is going to be 2 cobblestone. On the underside, we're just going to mirror what we did up top. So the gear shift will be placing on the opposite side of the redstone torch. Gantry shaft will be placing same side. The clutch is going to be the 2 smooth stone. And then on top of the observer, this redstone link, that's the other double cobblestone. Finally, these 3 bottom redstone links each need to be set to the receiver mode, as well as your redstone link in the corner here. Our final step is to set up our power, so go ahead and make yourself an entry point and drop down. Take your water wheel, place the first one, and then take a look. As you can see, the water is going to be moving in a counterclockwise direction, so we'll be placing our soul sand right here, placing down the remaining water wheels, and then putting 2 buckets of water on this block and this one, and mirroring it on the other side. Sometimes, as you'll see, the water wheels will break, so just go ahead and replace it, and then get out. Repair your hole, and now we should be done. Before you begin your mining, double check to make sure all of your settings are correct. Your 3 levers should be off, on, off. Your 3 top redstone links should be send, send, send. Your corner one should be receive. Powered latch should be off. Powered toggle latch should be on. Pulse repeater, 2 seconds. Pulse extender, 7 ticks. Your rotation speed controller should be set to 96. Your 3 bottom redstone links should be set to receive, with the one over the observer set to send. And finally, make sure that all of your drill parts have been connected with glue. So, that should be everything. Let's get to what you've been waiting for. Seeing your drill in action.
But I'm not done yet!
Let's improve our storage even more. Take your superglue and get rid of this section here. Take a drawer controller and set it 2 blocks from the observer, drawer controller slave between them. Take a smart chute and place it on top of both. Shift right click to get on top of drawer controller. Then we're going to use a 2x2 item vault for a total of 80 stacks of storage. Last thing we'll do here is glue the entire section. To the right of the drawer controller, we're going to set down a piece of glue on the chassis. Top of that, we're going to place an oak trim. It can be whatever type of trim that you want, but it does need to be a trim. Then take your wrench and take a look at the linear chassis. We're going to set that value of 1 to 2. After that, we're going to make a storage block of 3x5 drawers. You can use as many drawers as you want up until here. I'm sticking with 15 for the purposes of the demonstration. So we have some resources, but I want to put them over there. How can we do this? Let's make use of minecart contraptions. Start by placing down a stone button right here. Take a controller rail and make it face this way. Opposite facing controller rail right next to it. Card assembler on that first rail. Take your super glue and we're going to be gluing from this trim all the way over to this drill. Set down your minecart and then take your super glue and grab from one corner of your storage block to the other. Now that it's all glued, at the press of this button, it turns into a minecart contraption. Then just go ahead and grab your cart assembler. Back at your base, you're going to set up the same thing again. Stone button, a controller rail, one facing the opposite way, and your cart assembler. Then you just slap down your minecart contraption, and now we have access to our resources. Once it's empty again, you just slap that button to get it back as a contraption, wrench it to get it back, then grab your assembler. Back at your miner, you just set down the assembler once more, and then your contraption. After that, you just break the minecart, and then wrench to get your assembler back. And now you're ready to keep mining. This has been my version of a Create Quarry. If this video has helped you, consider leaving a like. It helps me know what kind of content you guys want to see. If you have any questions, or you think that you can improve it, feel free to leave a comment. If you want to see more videos like this, you can hit the subscribe button or check out the rest of my channel. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great day.